What's good? We back at it again. AFC Championship game Sunday. Big game. Cincinnati Bengals going to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs for the rights to go and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Really good matchup. Very intriguing kind of dynamics going on here. So I'm going to give my breakdown, some of the stats and who I think is going to win the game. A little background here. Andy Reid, first off, let's give this man his props. First and foremost, the first coach with 4 straight conference game championships with not one but 2 different teams. With the Eagles, he was 1-4, and with the Chiefs, he's 2-1 so far, going into his 4th straight AFC Championship game. Man, round of applause for him. That's unprecedented, and some big differences really, because with the Eagles, points per game 17.8, points per game allowed 22.4. And the turnover differential, and we all know this as Eagles fans, we turn the ball over a lot. The differential was -9 with the Eagles. Conversely, flip all those stats on their head for the Chiefs. 2-1 so far with the Chiefs, 34.7 points per game, 28.3 points allowed per game, and a turnover differential in the positive of 2. Big difference. So completely different teams, completely different coach in the way he's approached these championship games on the other side of the coin in the AFC. And then you look at the Bengals; they're 2-0 all time in AFC Championship games. The last one, I believe, coming in 88 or 90, something like that, against the Buffalo Bills, I believe. Yeah, I think the Buffalo Bills in 88. That was their last championship game, and that was the last time they even had a shot to go to the Super Bowl. We all know that they lost, I believe, twice in the 80s to the San Francisco 49ers. So it would be kind of ironic if they ended up meeting the 49ers in the Super Bowl, and I'll get to that. I'm kind of alluding to my thought process here a little bit. So let's rewind back a couple weeks ago to week 17. The Chiefs go out to Cincinnati and lose a heartbreaker, 34-31. Joe Burrow throws for 446 yards, 4 touchdowns, 30 for 39. Mahomes, 26 for 35, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Chiefs run the ball very well in that game, but two things that stick out to me: the Bengals were able to keep Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce relatively quiet. They combined for 11 catches and 65 yards and 1 touchdown. Whereas Jamar Chase went the hell off for 11 catches, 266 yards, and not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns, man. They could not contain him. And they better figure out a way to mitigate some of the damage that he's doing to other teams, including them, in this AFC Championship game, or it's going to cost them. And the second thing that cost the Chiefs were the penalties on that final drive, which allowed the Bengals to be able to clock the ball and kick that game-winning field goal. And Chris Carson alluded to this in the press conferences leading up to this game this week. The penalties and their inability to stop the Bengals' passing game, which make no bones about it. Even though Joe Mixon, 1,200 plus yards this year, I believe 13 touchdowns on the ground, something like that. He's a hell of a running back. Make no mistakes about it. Their passing game is where they make their bread and butter, and they do damage, right? They have a big 3. They really do. You have Joe Burrow, you have Joe Mixon, all the Joes, and Jamar Chase. They are the big 3 for that team, and they're going to be tough to stop, right? You look at this Chiefs defense. Let's go through the stats too. Let's go to the stats. Offensively, they damn near match up stat line for stat line on offense in the passing game. 37 touchdowns for the Chiefs to 36 for the Bengals. 13 interceptions for the Chiefs, 14 for the Bengals. I mean, through the air, they're damn near identical. And on the ground, 4.5 yards per carry and 16 touchdowns, 1,955 yards for the Chiefs, 1,742 yards, 16 touchdowns, 4 yards a carry for the Bengals. Pretty even in terms of efficiency offensively. In terms of points for, the Chiefs are 4th in the league, 480 points, and the Bengals are not far behind at 7th with 460 points per game. And they do that running almost 100 less plays. So that shows you how efficient this Bengals offense is. And defensively, the Chiefs are better than you think in terms of the points they give up. However, they are not good with the penalties. And this reared its ugly head in their Week 17 matchup. Drives ending in a score, they're slightly, even though they don't give up as many points as the Bengals. The Bengals give up 376 points over 17 games. The Chiefs have given up 12 less points over 17 games. However, they give up over 300 more yards total over the course of the season. And they force turnovers. I'll give them that. They remind me more of a bend but don't break defense. They'll give up the yards. And that was something that was reminiscent of Andy Reid's defenses later on in Jim Johnson's career, not earlier on. Earlier on, we weren't giving up points, but we also were not giving up a whole bunch of yards. We went by that philosophy, but practically we were still getting after people. Excuse my phone here. But this Chiefs defense is the epitome of bend but don't break. However, they give up a lot of yards, and they are not that good in coverage at all. Chris Carson is really all they got. Tyrann Mathieu, is he playing today? Maybe. But is he going to be full strength if he is? That's a big question. He's a big piece on the back end of that defense. And if he's not there, or if he's not completely healthy, if he's playing, it's going to really hurt them a lot. Are they going to be able to roll coverages to Jamar Chase's side the same way if they don't have Tyrann Mathieu hovering in the middle of the field with that range, right? Because they're going to run a lot of different route concepts to try to get Jamar Chase open and use him as a decoy a lot as well. Because if you're putting all the attention on Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, you got to worry about him. T. Higgins, you got to worry about him. They got so many weapons on that offense, man. You talk about 3 guys, 2 guys that could be number 1 receivers, and another guy who is probably one of the best number 2 receivers in the league in Tyler Boyd. T. Higgins is going off, so I don't know how they're going to deal with that. I don't know what is going to change that wasn't already painfully apparent in Week 17. And to me, that's where the difference in this game comes down to. I believe defensively, the Bengals are going to be able to do more to slow down the Chiefs offense than the Chiefs are going to be able to do to slow down Joe Burrow and that offense, even though he is the 3rd most sacked quarterback in the league. And you got to wonder if Chris Carson is going to be able to get home enough to be able to disrupt the time of that offense. But I'm not so sure. And if you have to sell out to get after Joe Burrow, and he's shown that he's pretty good against the blitz, he's going to make you pay. So for me, I think that the Bengals have a pretty strong chance of coming out with a victory in Arrowhead Stadium, one of the most hostile environments to play in the NFL. But I believe that Joe Burrow, knock on wood, is going to go in there and find a way to come out with the dub. So I have the Bengals going to the Super Bowl for the first time in over 30 years. So my score prediction for this game is 28-26 Bengals. They advance to the Super Bowl. Let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments, concerns in the comment section below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop a video. Got no more breaking news to come out with the Raiders. Oh man, Josh McDaniels. This is going to be an interesting offseason. I'll put it like that. That's it. Till next time, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.